6 weeks ago, we had a 20-foot shipping container delivered to our off-grid property. After clearing an area and laying out our footprint, we started construction on the solar hub and storage solution we've needed since moving here last October. This will provide us with a way to collect rainwater, store firewood, generate power, and so much more. We're hoping to have this project wrapped up soon because we've got 8 weeks till our second baby is due, and we'd like to take some time off for that.
Subscribe to my channel.
That was so good, Wadey.
So it's been 2 weeks since I rolled my ankle. We're finally going to get back to working on the power barn, or whatever you want to call it. My father-in-law's not here, so it's just going to be me and Megan and I, whatever. And we're going to get this guy back up on there, and the rafter back up on top of those, square up the rear, weld it, and then square up the front, weld it. And then later on this afternoon or evening or tomorrow morning, when I can see the laser, I'll go ahead and laser it and see if we need to shift it right or left after it's one piece. But ankle's feeling good enough. I got a little neoprene wrap inside my boot that's holding it. Doesn't hurt anymore, but it is still unsteady-ish.
Okay. Which piece is that? Hi, David.
As usual, it is blisteringly hot. We got...
Oh, God!
It's still smoking. I don't know what's in there burning, but... whatever. Sorry. I'm going to take shade away.
You can put it back now. I showed it.
Okay. So we got this end squared up and welded, but as you can see, we had to pop the front one over a bit. Because I think both of these are probably twisted slightly. So, because that one's already welded down, and I need to get that welded to the top, I'm going to go ahead and pop these guys right here because I'm still attached up top there. So I'll take up some slack. I'll grind those spot welds or tack welds off, and then we should be able to move that guy into position, square it up enough. Once it looks like it's squared from below, we'll go ahead and tack that guy back down, and I don't think I'm going to use that beam to lay my ladder on because it's just so tall. I'm going to have to use the big ladder. So in order to use the big ladder, I'm going to loosen up the chainfall hoist, get the bucket out from underneath, so it'll be underneath the post. I'll put this ladder up against the bucket, climb up, unhook all that stuff, and then I'll be able to reposition the excavator over there and use the arm, either the stick or the boom or something, to lean the ladder up onto, so I'm not leaning the ladder on that post. Because the excavator moves much less than that post would. We'll move it all. So, oh gosh, we're almost done with this. At least the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah, once this is done, this project will be a lot easier. We're good on that side. It's up. You can see up there at the top, it's up. The side that we just broke the welds on, I heard it pop, but it looks like it needs a little more persuasion. There she goes. Oh boy.
Oh Jesus!
Oh Jesus.
Oh.
Calling it for today. We're gonna go to Grandma's house and have some shepherd's pie. And try again. We gotta move the location of the strap so that it balances, but that's about it. That's about it for the day. Oh.
Yesterday, I think we pushed it a little too hard. Megan was out here all day helping, trying to get this thing lined up on that other post up there. And so I'm going to try to do this on my own, give her a little bit of break and allow her some time to rest and work on the computer and do editing and stuff. So we're going to see how this goes. Kind of got an idea where it needs to be as far as the sling on the load to get the post, the upright here, touching first, so I can set that where it needs to be, and then I can use the chain hoist to lower the far end down onto its post and hopefully get it squared up. Cool. Okay, the tops of these are not perfect, and when I got that one set over there, it was a little canted this way. Not a big deal. We're way off from where we were before, but now that we have the posts welded to the rafter, I should be able to lift the whole mess as one if need be. So, yay. So we had a really late night last night. Our driver finally showed up with our big old container, the one we're going to use as our root cellar, the big tank. And I didn't get to bed till about 2:30. Got done here at about 12:30. But it's here now. You think we should look at it? Let's go take a look.
Grab Dave.
Come on, Dave.
He can't go. The door's closed.
Why are you so muddy already? I haven't even done anything. David! David, come here! Stick. Alright, you ready to catch it? You ready to go get it? Go get it! Go get the stick! Bring it here! Bring it here! Good boy! Okay, you ready to go again? You ready to go again? Go get it! Get the stick! David has never fetched a stick before, so this is good news. So that was pretty cool. Means that we can go to the river and throw a stick and it'll float and he can grab it, and then we can get a picture, hopefully eventually, holding him up like he's a fish, like we caught him. That's what our other labs. Well, Minion didn't do that. He was too heavy.
He was like 120 pounds.
He doesn't have the grip, the mouth grips to hold himself up.
Oh, he's not an alligator?
But Rocky and Dave, Rocky was a runt, so he was very small. And Dave's pretty small so far. So I think he'll have the gription to do that. I should have grabbed my high seat. I really should have done that.
It didn't clue you in when I put him on?
I don't watch you all the time, Megan. I'm not. My life does not completely revolve around you, Megan. There she is. So if you missed our last video when we talked about getting this guy, let's just do a little quick recap. It's 10 feet diameter and it's 15 feet long. We wanted to get it here because I had my ankle down, so we figured we should kind of shift focus since I couldn't make any progress on the welding and acquire some things that we're going to need in the future. So we had this delivered, so we didn't have to waste an entire day getting it down here and stuff. So it is going to be fully buried and insulated and should store quite a lot of food and provisions. So it was a nightmare getting this thing here, even though I didn't have to haul it. The driver had a really hard time getting here. He ended up getting routed to the bridge that you cannot cross with this high of a load, and had to reroute 45 minutes around that bridge to come here. And then when he did get here, he had a really hard time backing this thing into position, pull forward and back in. And then after he was unloaded, when he was backing up this way, right, because there's nowhere to turn around up there, he was backing up this way, he ended up backing this direction and dropping his tire off the edge of this culvert. And you can see here the big scar from his tie rod and axle. And he was just floating in there. So I had to go walk up there because I couldn't get around him because I was over there. Get a jack up on his tire and stack these two rocks underneath and drop it back down, and then he was able to get out. But then I was like, okay, I'm just going to ground guide you the rest of the way because there's a giant ditch over there that if he got stuck in, I wouldn't be able to get him out because I was still parked over here. So, yeah. Our container guy is awesome, and he gets up here no problem. He's a rock star. So that's probably the only thing that we may be getting in the future that's large. Other than that, just us picking stuff up, and I got no problems getting up here with our stuff. So yeah, very glad that's over. Goal today is to marry that one up, plumb the post, and fully weld that end where the excavator's at. And then after that, we'll cart all this stuff around so I can get the excavator over there around the back side. I don't have any other access to the back. And then we'll cut our other piece for the back there and do the same thing we did here. There we put it up there and ratchet strap it together, make sure it's plumb, and then weld it. And after that, everything gets fully welded. And then once everything's fully welded up, we'll do a big cleanup out here. All the trash, all the tools. Yeah. So I'm done for the day. Pretty tired. It's hot. That guy is just a skosh off of being totally plumb. I just got to take a little bit more off the bottom edge of the girt. Sorry, purlin, my bad. I went through 6 bimetals and 1 carbide, as well as like three or 4 cutoff wheels, marrying that thing up. I ended up having to like pry it and then cut it, because I do have it really tight pulled this way. But yeah, it's time to go get the boy. All right, that's my pretty one. I'll show you that one. The rest are pretty fugly. That one's not too bad, I guess. But we had big gaps, and this was before I had it all set up good. But it's connected, so it's fairly straight. Squareness this way doesn't really matter. I just needed this guy to be plumb. I got plenty of room to screw roof steel too, right? And then we're still getting extensions off these guys. We had a huge win at the cabin this week. The overhang is finally connected to the container, which means now I can lay my ladder up against it and it won't fall over. So this should go much, much faster now. On another note, we are a fairly small channel here on YouTube, and we recently got monetized. Every time you guys watch, like, or comment, we earn a little bit of extra dough that goes right back into these projects. It helps tremendously, and we're very, very grateful. We post new videos Fridays at 7. Thanks for joining us.